part of the Scléip Seid series, the Shed Time kind of series that I have, that is a project involving getting all my collectibles up on the wall, on candles and all of that, and hanging and on display. I've got this box and another box of collectibles to go through. So I'm going to start going through them and videoing what I'm going to do to them. Here's two old bicycle headlamps. Miller. I don't know what that one is. I presume there would have been some form of a name on that. The likes of these now, I'm only going to go doing very minor things to them, like give them a bit of a clean down with WD-40 and Scotch Brite and a rub of a cloth. So I'm going to throw the gloves on for this so I don't stink of WD-40, and we'll give them a clean down and see how they turn up. Not too fussed. I like the kind of patina on them. So it's just going to be a quick spray of WD-40 and a bit of Scotch Brite, I think. That's all I'm going to do with these and see what comes off. I don't know if that's just white paint or... This will just help preserve them. I don't mind if the white paint stays on them. It's going to be hanging for fairly high, I'd say. I'll put these on the end of the shelves. It would be lovely to turn them into little spotlights down the road, maybe to show off some of the displays further in the shed where there's no natural light coming in. By God, I can tell you there was some amount of material putting stuff years ago. You consider what bike lights are like now these days. They're only little plastic things, LED bulbs in them. These were being powered by a dynamo, and they'd have made cycling a little bit even harder when you're trying to power the wheel and a dynamo. I suppose many people remember the whir of the little dynamo when you put it into gear, make a sound as if the wheel turned it. And you definitely feel it on the legs. It's a bit harder, especially if you're going uphill. So I'm doing very, very little to these. You can see these are actually brass, so that's underneath. So it's kind of a coated brass by the looks of things. Plenty of dents on it. Little green lens on the side of it there as well. It's kind of cool. But these would be lovely. You can turn them into spotlights for in here. But for now, for show, just display purposes, just getting the very, very bare minimum. I don't want to. You only ever have patina once, I suppose. It's just to take the dirt off them, really. So there are two bicycles. They'd be nice. Each end of a shelf. Likes of these. Take off that tape, I think. That'll get a go with the wire brush and it'll get a clear varnish. So there's a few of them there. Same with them, they're just going to get wire brush. They won't be getting shot blasted. This is an interesting one. Presumes for kind of keeping something levered open. Maybe to do with tire lever or something. Keep a tire levered out. I've got some of these with a little thread on the end of them. There's a few of them there, I think. I've got a load of spanners. That one there now is definitely a good age. Be off a horse cart. Another one of these. Nice age to that is what I would say. Now I do have a few of these that are a lot older than that now. A nice Avery one at home, I know it. Still. This is kind of cool as well. That folds out. That'll just get a rub of WD-40. There's plenty of spanners in it as well. Some of them are a little bit older, like this Ransom's one there. You can barely make out the writing on it. There's a few of them. This is one I was very happy about, a Victor, because the Victor Pierce, and I have a seat there as well, Victor, so that's nice to have that, because there's plenty of Pierce stuff available, but the Victor with Victor written on it is a little bit rare. Some other interesting spanners there. It doesn't have a name on it. Fairly old pliers there as well. They all look well when they are polished up with the drill and clear coated. Yeah, some nice shapes on these now. Ransoms, I think that is right in saying that. Or is it Bamfords? Bamfords. I'll have to paint that on nice and clear. Cool little oiler. I love these. These are really nice. What that is? Made in England. I'll have to polish that up to see. This was just a job lot. There's some other really modern stuff here actually, I don't know. Again, I'm not really sure what that's for. Let's see. Nice little adjustable. Not sure, British made, BJS. I'm not really sure what age that would be. Another cool little thing here as well. It'll just look interesting when it's polished up and we put them all together. A nice little Bamford spanner as well. It's a great name. It's a nice collectible one, that. And some just interesting little shapes and sizes. Brimim spanner. Never heard of it. I'll have to look it up on Google. S18 parameters. I think I have one of them already. I like them, I have to say. They're really nice. The letters are lovely in them. Another little adjustable. Made in England. It'll look well polished up. Made in England, 1.8". That's no harm to have, as I think Eagle brand. I actually have a place for that straight away because I have some old BSP spanners in there. I think that one is 1.8", so it's just nice to have. So no name on that, but it's a nice shape. I like these. These are like old cart spanners, or actually it could be Ford's and tractor, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's the wheel nut. There's a really nice. I know is it working as the thread's gone. Oh no, it is. Yeah, it's working. Adjustable, like that. There's another one there. No name. Still nice shape. Another nice adjustable. Just for display. They look lovely together. So I like that. Not really sure what that is, but we'll give them a shot blast and see. Some name on it there. I have a place for all them links. Half W Whitworth, I suppose. Like the shape of that. Bed spanner. They're cool as well. Give him maybe wire wheel. See what he says. Made in England, and there's just. I can't really make out what that is there. I'll have to give him a polish up and see. Another nice shape of a spanner. This is a really nice one now. I like him. That is cool. Yeah, we'll display all these. I don't know if some of them now are BSF, so that's just going to go into my, there's no name on them, they just go into my whatever you call it, BSP or whatever. I think that's a Ford, if I'm not mistaken. I'm looking at another one up there I have already. I think that's a Ford. It was ground. It's not an awful pity. Look at some of that are grinding it. Model T, I think. Ford Model T. think that's a fairly standard, and we'll have to give him a shot blast to see what writings on him. Again, it's just a job lot, so we'll work out what sort of place we'll put them. Some of these again are just fairly, it's nothing to inch and 15/16. That's not too bad. And a nice little kind of a well worn lad. Look well. 3/8 and a 5/16. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Getting near the end of this, that again is just going to be, I feel they're just going to be put in my I do like these, I have to say, I like them. I think I have one up there. Yeah, I have one there, but I like them. BSA, British Small Arms. Bed spanner, cool as well. And there's nothing else really cool there. We do have two later motorcycle, bicycle lamps. I'm not too gone on them, but look, they're okay. I might put them somewhere. And we have a mandator badge. I think that's from a truck. I'll have to Google that and see. If it is, I'll put it up with the car stuff. So that's about all we have there. I'm going to bring in the other box now and have a quick look through that too and see what goodies are in it. One of our little oilers has gone up here. I have a little magnet there, so that's one way of making use of our steel truss. One of our bicycle lamps is there, and the battery that would have been used to power it is on top of it. So that is cool. I like that. So I'm just going to go and clear some of this stuff out of the way, and we'll go through the other box of goodies. Okay, so let's get the first thing out of here. Nice iron, it would have been electric. There was your connections. So I have a few of them over here already. So I'll definitely put that. My old Ferguson badge project will have to be removed, put somewhere else. I have to square that off. So if you remember in an earlier video, it was dented badly there and a bit of that letter was coming with it, so I'm going to square that off, paint it up grey and paint all that blue in behind the letters like that badge there. That's what I'm going to do with that. But we're just going to go through these. So this isn't very old, it's a nice Stanley drill. I'd say now it needs a bit of a service. Feels like it's a bit tight, so that would have to be loosened. Truck seems to work, so she's a genuine Stanley, so that's cool. We might actually even use him, just for the fun of it, loosen him and see does it. I'm sure between, you could take it apart one of the days and give it a little bit of a grease. That is fairly hard to turn. So I presume there's some form of an adjustment on this. Anyway, old shoulder brace drill. I'd say it's probably seized. Could be got. I think that'll be a shot blasting job now. Shot blasting and maybe just prime and paint that black. I think it's just going to be display purposes. Perfect. We have an electric drill for all other ones. Just a ransom spanner, fairly common one. Got a nice grease gun here. So again, nice polish up with the wire brush and the drill. See what make that is, and we'll keep all them separate. This is a lovely grease gun, this, and this is the same make as some of the other ones there. It's a Tekalamit London, really nice. So that's the same make as some of the Ferguson ones. Got lovely brass, that'll polish up lovely. It's missing the end, but only display purposes it'll be perfect. This seemed to have grease in it, so you would have manually put it in. It's lovely brass as well, so that'll polish up lovely. Very good. That actually could be used for literally just squeezing out a bit of grease onto something. Got a blow lamp, Optimus say it's Primus, is it? Optimus, made in Sweden. All brass, plenty of bits missing off it. Again, I have a few of these already, but just for display purposes, it'll be nice somewhere. Fairly cool little wrench here. And I think you can adjust it by pulling that out and letting it on to get more of for a bigger oh, it's a nut. Got a Dunlop minor foot pump, some lovely brass pieces on that. Don't know, does it work? There seems to be a catch on it there. Regardless, I think that's going to look cool. Just clean down and clean down. That's loose there, so maybe that's why I wasn't pumping. It's not necessarily going to be able to use, it just looks cool. This is an interesting kind of a hammer here, well and truly used. It's a blacksmith made. It's definitely out of focus there. No, it was repaired a few times where there was a crack, so it must have been kept in use. I'd say it was probably maybe at one point sharp and maybe used to cut branches off trees or something. Nice shape, it's interesting, like it. Another one of these lads, we've 2 or 3 of them in there already for woodworking. An interesting spanner here. Nice shape to it, so maybe explained. It's a plain spanner, yeah, plain spanner. A bit of a nameplate here, nice rebound controller. I have to Google that and see. That'll be going up in my nameplates. We've plenty of them over there, and we've plenty more space for more of them. It's a bit of a file, an interesting curve on it there. Going to be honest, I have never really seen one with that curve on it before. Blacksmiths with it. Nice little lad here as well. Looks like it's for a wine bottle, like cork opener. This is a nice little chisel, I like that. Interesting shape on it there. They look well as well under. This hammer was thrown in there. It is not what I would call old, so I'll put that on my hammers. This is a lovely piece, an adjustable, like that, well and truly used by the look of things. Very heavy, a lot of material in that. Bit of a wheel brace, good age to it, I'd say, judging by the amount of material that's in it. Don't know if I can see any name on it, but that's a lovely piece. Another adjustable, and there's a bit of a casting on it there, so try and clean that up and see. I like them, they make a lovely display. There's a few of them in different sizes. Another one of them kind of box spanners there. Another nice grease gun, so I enjoy cleaning him up. See what we get. That'll clean up lovely. Another ransom spanner, plenty of them there. They're all actually slightly different. Different thicknesses and lengths. A nice grease gun here, I like that. And one which actually squeeze, you actually thread it in. Missing the end, but you know what? Still cool. Another nice collectible lad here. Seems to be brass, judging by the green on it. And we have a name along there, so we're going to clean that up. How about we clean it up now and see if we can make out what it is quickly. Oh, lovely. Wesco. Wesco, Birmingham, England. Nice. That's going to clean up lovely. Like that. Very a long spanner, but it looks like it was welded. So let me see the what was on there. BSP spanner. British standard pipe. Okay. What I might do is grind that flat and actually paint it. And I really like this. This is really nice. It's a big wide kind of a screwdriver and a bit of a brass lad on it there. So I'll do a bit of woodworking on that there, just take the bad look off it, and for display purposes we'll have this out on the outside. I'll treat that wood, and that is where we're at. That is the job lot. So a nice little haul of parts there. Now I can straight away see how some of this is going to go working out. If we were to start taking our adjustables, put them in one place, if we were to start taking our old 20-year-old pliers in there and put them on another panel, some lovely adjustables here, right? With our pliers together, and of course our spanners together. Won't we end up with a nice little display? So straight away we've got some interesting little bits here. And we have our grease guns then on the other side. So if we were to quickly just throw a few of the grease guns together, the island, if we were to make a display out of the grease guns, and then we'll keep our badges together, our lights together, keep our small spanners together. I'm going to end up with some very cool stuff. That's a load of spanners. So we're starting to get a few small spanners together. Spanners. We've got our bigger ones. Very quickly. Nice little display. We've 4 of them, so we'll keep them together. 2 badges. We've some grease guns here. We've got our oiler already up, so we're happy with him. We've got our some hammers, bigger spanners, smaller spanners, them lads there with the screw threads on them. Some nice pliers, some nice adjustables. Straight away now we can see we get all these on the likes of a panel, paint him up again nice and white, start putting them all up. I think it's fair to say we'll have a nice little display. So I'm very happy with that. Brass oscillage in. And it'll definitely slowly start turning this little den into the vintage kind of man cave I want it to be. So I might throw up the odd video of how I get on after I've done a bunch of them. I'll try and do them together. Get big spanners done, get grease guns done, and hopefully at some stage get them done. I do plan on starting to panel everything that is open there that I can hang stuff on. I want to try and panel everywhere I can and start getting these up. Anywhere, I might even put another shelf up high there, take down them wheels and start getting more stuff up there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video going through these few little goodies, and sure we'll maybe throw a few more up when we get them a bit more presentable. The restoration shop here at Daz's Den is in full swing. Got some of the spanners that were in this consignment. Got some of them primed, painted, letters done up. Some of them were just clear varnish because I thought the finish one was nice. Just the names, Lamfords and Rances painted up. Got a nice Model T wheel spanner there, with the forward painted up. I have another one up here that I got at an Auto Jumbo, and they're definitely nice to have. Again, just painted. The letters on that decided just to polish up the metals. Got a load more spanners hung up here over the past few days. Nice to see a Victor one, Victor Pierce. So Pierce was a very common make in Wexford, in Ireland, County Wexford. So there's some there, some more over there. Second one from the second last one there. And we have Victor here as well. It was his first name. That was Victor Pierce. And there's plenty of examples here. Pierce. Philip Pierce as well. That was the other brother, P. Pierce. So patent Victor Pierce, Wexford. So you can see the name there. So it was nice to actually get a Victor spanner because they're hard, and a lot of the Pierce spanners actually never had Pierce written on them as well. So that was a really nice spanner to have. BSA motorbike spanner there as well, it's lovely. British Small Arms, another one there, and another one there. So now two of the nicest, I think these are probably definitely in the top, 10 nicest pieces in the shed have arrived. These were in the home place. Slowly bringing up the stuff from my home place at County Kildare there in County Kildare to County Nagalva, and I've just varnished them yesterday. They're a little bit bent and stuff. So to preserve that, what I've done is I've bought two fairly plain picture frames with a nice narrow black kind of a frame, because I don't want the frame to become any form of a, I don't want it to become something that's going to stand out. So I'm going to fit them in there. There's a standard A4 frame, and we're going to get them put in there, and we're going to hang them up. And I put up shelf up there because I actually have old J's Fluid bottles, and I'm going to paint up the J's Fluid maybe black paint on the letters so it stands out, so we can make a little bit of display with the bottles each side. I think I have 4 or 5 of them, so we might put one each side, and we'll hang them up there or up there. But I had them sitting up there last night and they blew down as soon as I opened the door, so I don't want them falling down anymore. So they're going to go into the frame. So I'll bring you back when I have them in the frames. Hopefully there won't be too much cutting involved, so I want to keep as much of the nice blue around them. I don't want to be making them smaller than they are. A little bit of chopping, you have it in the frame. I think that is class, and that'll be sitting there until I get the bottles beside it, each side of it, and get a bit of a shelf up there, and we might be able to make a bit of a display of it. So I'll get the other one into the other frame now as well. Sin an ceann eile, dente, it's the frame. These are definitely going to end up being one of my favourite pieces in here, especially when I get the old J's Fluid bottles painted up beside them. I think it's going to really be nice. So these would have been hung years ago on farms. I remember doing it myself after cleaning out a cow house or a small calf shed. You'd clean out the dung and then you'd douse it with like a watering can full of J's Fluid mixed with water. And I suppose back in the day, if the farm inspector was calling around and they saw these up, I suppose it was just a little bit more assurance to him or to her that J's Fluid was used, and the likes of the cow sheds would be kept disinfected. So yeah, so I'm going to find somewhere else for this one now, and it'll do for the time being anyway, wherever I put it, until I get the rest of the J's Fluid bottles up. So I managed to get a few of my car badges up. So got the Avenger, the Cortina. These were off a Prefect. The engine was still at home, Morris Minor, and this was off something very nice, a V8 3.5 litre flathead, 100 horsepower, originally used as World War II in America as an aeroplane, kind of a tug, and then it was turned into a hearse when it was brought to Ireland, and the engine and the bonnet and lots of that was actually left in the home place, and the steering wheel had that in the middle, so very rare. So I've just started getting out my dent hammers, because I just want to take a bit of that dent out of it. There you can see it's just getting a little bit squashed, so I have a few dent hammers here, so I'm just hopefully going to improve that, just get a bit more shape on that there. So not a biggie now, because it's just going to be obviously for display purposes, but since it is fairly rare, we may as well try and just bring back a bit of shape into it. It looks. I mightn't be getting very far with this. So take a bit of that dent out of it. Really hard. Probably better off leaving it. I'm only going to end up baking it too much. So it's okay, it'll do as it is. I just gave it a quick clean up. Has a nice bit of patina on it, so I think if it's not too big, what I'll do is I'll put it up with the rest of my car badges up along this here, but I think it's probably going to be a little bit, unless I let it, yeah, I might let it hang down a little bit there. Maybe that'd be the thing to do. And we'll be able to fit these. We'll just give them a quick clean up as well. And as well, it's only going to be a matter of a bit of WD-40 and a bit of a rag. I think we'll do that. The cortina there, yeah, it's a little nail through that somewhere, and the same with that. I'll drill 2 holes and push them in, straighten them a bit, push them straight in. Same with that, drill 2 holes, mark them out, and shove it in. This, I might have to bolt that to a bit of a bracket, but again, I might try and find somewhere where it's not going to be hanging down too low. So yeah, we'll get them up anyway. I'll have to see about this. I don't really want to go drilling anything in it. I might be able to get away with just putting a screw and let it hang, maybe 2 screws and let it hang. So we'll get them up now. Our car badges are up. Ford Custom, our Prefect ones with the cortina in between, our Avenger, and I've just put the Morris Minor badge. It's in brilliant condition. All the bolts in the back of it are still there and still screwing in and out. Let's left it there for the time being because it's a little bit big to be putting up there. In fact, there's the Prefect badge. Took off the bonnet, and these were on each side, a Ford product each side. So they would have been 8 horsepower side valve engine. Back when horsepower was about 1 horsepower was about 125cc, so it was about 1.2 litre. The engines of them were still at home. Actually, they were in the ditch. When we moved into the house, they were thrown in the ditch. So that is it. I think I have to just put up the mandator. I think it's off a truck. I'm going to Google that to see exactly what's off. And we have some Rover 2000 badges. I might put them up. Continue that up along there as well. Drill holes and put them up. The Rover badges there as well. So yeah, we'll keep going across there anyway. Getting my Ferguson badge, or getting that painted up a little bit, I just squared it off a little bit. Look, I don't be too fussed. Not a great nick, just for display purposes only. And I got a Morris 8 badge up as well. So how we're looking at the moment, there's plenty more to do. We got some of these up today. We got Jay's fluid framed. That one can stay there until I find somewhere better for it. And we've that one sitting up there, same thing until I find somewhere better for it. We got a few more spanners up as well. So 3 of them up there. Ford Model T at that low so you can see the Ford writing on it. We've also done a compression test on the gold belly. Got a Lendl compression tester off my dad, and they're all showing up cold, 80 psi at least, between 80 and 82 between the 4 cylinders. So I'm really happy with that. That's a lower compression ratio engine, being TVO, so couldn't be happier. I did do all the valves in it, so I I'd be surprised if, and how well it's running, I'd be surprised if there's anything wrong. So we still have these old spanners here. That one is very old, I'd say, very rough casting. They're primed, so I'll be painting, I think I'll be painting a lot of them just plain black. And the plan is to put a bit of, continue a bit of that chipboard both sides there, and just have that as plain black spanners with no names on them. So that is where we're at the moment for Scléip's shed, or Shed Sunday, and plenty more in the pipeline. And I also got a lot of extra spanners put up there yesterday as well, so from a distance now it's starting to look like there's a nice collection there in the corner. So I'm going to leave it there now for today. There's a few videos in this from other days, but we'll call that enough for today, and we'll get back when we have a bit more to show.